Austin Aries is not the only person who's making his NXT debut on the TakeOver Dallas card because Shinsuke Nakamura is wrestling his first match in WWE. He's going to be facing Sami Zayn. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier when we were talking about this. I think this is 100% Nakamura, and Zayn has no chance whatsoever to win. Now, Peyton, you were saying that you kind of disagree about that a little bit. Is that correct?
Yeah, like what would hurt if he had a loss after a long, hard-fought match that kicked ass where both guys looked good? Keep in mind, Sami Zayn's going into that ladder match the next night. Like, they don't want to have him look like a goofball and just, like, not having a chance to be a force in that.
Well, he already looks like a goofball with that fucking hat and everything.
Oh, yeah. But, I don't think that Nakamura has to win this 100%. Like, he can come out, have a really kick-ass match, just narrowly lose, and continue to have an awesome career after that. Like, kind of set the stage that this guy is going to go out there and do 5-star matches, because that's more what they're positioning him as. They're positioning him as he's going to be like one of those workhorse kind of guys, and that's what he's going to be.
See, I'm thinking... Go ahead, Drew.
I was thinking, do you think there's any chance that they would possibly have us in the no contest or disqualification after, I don't know, Kevin Owens comes out and interviews, something like that?
If it wasn't a multi-man match at WrestleMania, then I could see that being the case, but I think that puts a little too much focus on Owens and Zayn.
Oh, what if they do that and then they put Nakamura into the match?
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty badass, but I'd fucking pay.
By that point, he's only wrestled one match, and he doesn't actually win it, but he still deserves to be more in it than fucking Sin Cara.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I actually think the fact that Zayn is in that IC title match means that he's losing here. Because I think he's winning that IC title. And that's sort of like, Friday night, he loses to Nakamura, they shake hands, he points him out, like, hey, look at that, that's the next guy that you guys should be cheering, and then he walks out, Nakamura stays in the ring for an extra couple seconds to kind of like, I don't know, point to the crowd a bunch of times, whatever he does. I don't know what he does when he wins. I've never actually seen a match where he won. But I've never really seen a full match of his anyway. But then Sami Zayn, he's got that one day where there's like that Saturday. People are busy with the Hall of Fame, whatever. And then Sunday night wins the IC title. Nobody cares at that point that he lost to Nakamura. He kind of like boosts his credibility up tenfold.
Yeah, I think he's got a shot.
I don't expect him to win the IC title in a multi-man match.
You think he'll win it later on, or do you think that he's not winning it at all?
He'll win it in a singles match from Owens.
Like, comes close, Owens retains through, like, some kind of bullshit, and Zayn's like, dude, I was that close. We need to have a match at Payback.
Dude, you're basically throwing Kevin Owens in there with a bunch of fucking jabronis.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think this is going to be KO Mania. It's all about him.
That KO Mania, it's not working. Axelmania was better.
I think it's purposely supposed to be obnoxious, though. So
I hope so, because it really is.
Yeah,
like it's not clever in the slightest bit. KO Mania, fucking.
Maybe if he was knocking everyone out, that'd be fine.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like doing the Hall of Pain thing, but just like flat out.
Fuck, you know what would be cool? What if he just knocks out everyone else except Sami Zayn before the match even starts? Like he just injures all these jobbers, so it just ends up being a one-on-one match.
Singles match.
Yes.
By that point, we would have to concede and be like, "What the fuck?" And then Nakamura comes out, and suddenly it's triple threat. Backs the whole thing all over again with a multi-man match.
And then Triple H comes out and is like, nah, man, I want to be a part of this too.
But since he's Triple H, he just declares himself the winner. There's no match. And it's all because Nakamura won at NXT. Drew, what do you think, though? You think Nakamura's going to win, or do you think that Sami Zayn's got this in the bag? Or is it going to be a no contest?
Well, I think it's going to be a whole shitstorm, but no. I think Nakamura is going to win. There's no need to have Sami Zayn lose or win here, go on to the main roster. Most people end up losing, in NXT, and then they jump to the main roster in some way, shape, or form, last match out kind of thing. So, but I would have no problem if Sami Zayn were to win, just for the point of if you want him to look good going into Mania. But I wonder how this would work, because I know we've talked about with him wanting to look good going into Mania by winning here. I wonder what they think of how many people are actually going to watch this and Mania in the same weekend. I know there's going to be quite a few people, but I don't think they would think as many people would watch it as we think they would.
That's man, I don't know how many people are actually into watching that.
I
know
expect good numbers, and I'm sure it'll be nowhere near as much as Mania, but I think they're expecting going to be even more people watching it in the replay.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're expecting a lot of eyes to be on this, and if it's something important, they'll do replays on the pre-show before Mania, which is going to be on USA. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on this event here.
You say under 50% of the WrestleMania audience?
Who I would say,
would we say about 1 million for the WrestleMania audience?
I would say it's certainly under watches NXT consistently, but I think over. I mean, how many own the network? That's the question.
Well, the number's over 1 million now, but
I would say it's over 50 of what owns the network.
You got to imagine NXT is like the golden child of, I would assume, most people that have the network. Like, other than the pay-per-views, that's the next highest kind of thing. And if that's a big event that's happening around that time, and new subscribers would be like, oh, cool, I get to see 2 events, that's awesome. But at the same time, a lot of people just do the whole thing where they're like, yeah, I'll only pay attention to WrestleMania, and they won't watch the pre-show, they won't watch the post-show. Of course, hopefully they'll be paying attention to our post-show, but the NXT thing doesn't have the same appeal as, you go to the Super Bowl kind of thing versus the Division Championship. Yeah, they're big things, but Division Championship doesn't mean anything compared to the Super Bowl. So I don't know, that's tough. Over under 50. I would say over. Maybe like 55%, 60, something like that.
I mean, averagely, WrestleMania, if it got 1 million buys, it was considered a success. And now that the network has 1 million subs, and if I'm thinking that over 50% of the network subscribers would watch that, and yeah, I think that would be over 50%.
Which, no matter what, Nakamura is going to look good here, win or loss.
Yeah. And by the way, his post-match celebration is a yow.
A yow?
It's a yow. He does like a yow and does a karate chop.
Like Social Outcast?
Well, no, that's a yee. As a matter of fact, it is very similar, though.
Huh. There you go, future match.
It has much more emphasis. It was very over.
Yee versus Yao.
A part of me was hoping Yao Ming would come out with them.
His post-match celebration is Yao Ming coming out.
Goes back from the dead.
Hello, everybody.
Gets like an Undertaker entrance.
Yao Ming's not dead, but okay.
Comes back from the
dead. I don't think of someone else like that.
Yeah, I don't know who you were thinking of.
Kind of. What, Bruce Lee?
I don't know, Tony, you speak Chinese better than me. You tell me.
No.
That's probably something in Chinese.
I'm going Nakamura. Peyton, the old gun to the head. Zayn or Nakamura, who's winning? Or
Gunderhead, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn.
Drew, we got a split vote here. What do you say?
No gun in my head?
Nah. Knife.
Oh, well, hopefully they cut my throat and not try to stab me in the skull, but...
That's kind of morbid, alright.
I mean...
Hopefully they kill me this way. If I was in an iron lung, I'd... Now the people that didn't listen to the last episode of Smack Talk are like, the fuck are they talking about?
Well, there's an argument for both. For the sake of he's just coming in And the last Asian star they had come in, he won his first real match. So I'm going to go with Nakamura for this.
So it's 2 for Nakamura, 1 for Sami Zayn. Make sure you guys leave your comments below. Tell us what you think is going to end up happening in this match. We have one more left to talk about for NXT TakeOver Dallas, and that is going to be the main event. Samoa Joe gets a shot against Finn Balor.